Hi, so this is Impact, and I will be commentating a video on Nunu for my solo mid guide. So right here, when you start as Nunu, what you want to do is you want to buy really fast, and what you want to do is you want to buy your boots and wards, everything really fast, so that you can have vision of mid as soon as possible, because you have to know where the enemy is, where they're starting. This is very important for counter jungling. When you counter jungle, you have to know where they are so that you know what's available. You don't want to go into their jungle and have nothing there. So usually, I see it's Skarner, like he usually starts at blue. I don't have to be too worried. They're probably, well, they could invade, which is why we are scouting. So we have vision of mid, we have vision of the river here, and so we don't have. They could come from here. This is the only place that is susceptible to a gank, but very unlikely. Most, like, in games, not many people do that, so I don't have to be too worried about that. So actually, my tops should be watching my red in case they are invading my red. There's actually a lot of possibilities you can do with jungling, which is why counter jungling it actually takes a lot of experience. You probably won't be able to do counter jungle very well on your first couple tries. So yeah, what I'm doing is I'm waiting for 140, and as you can see, as soon as it spawns, 140, I eat the big wraith, it kills in one hit, and I can immediately go to blue. So yeah, I will be at blue at 155 exactly. Okay, so I smite really fast because it doesn't actually matter. I want to try to save the cooldown on it, or reduce the cooldown by using it earlier so that I can have it for his red. Okay, so I'm looking at bot lane. It's Ryzen and Nivea. They do not have wards. I do not see them with wards, and they have boots and pots. So I will be guessing that they do not have wards, which is why first I went this way and then I went bottom. This is the safer way, as long as there is no wards, obviously. So I place a ward there. I see Skarner is in there for a while, so I feel like I can easily take this and make it out scot-free, basically. No damage taken. So he's going to find out that his mini golems are gone. So the lanes may collapse on you. You have to watch for that. That's why you have Flash and not Ghost. Flash, you can flash over walls. It's very, very good for counter jungling, just in case something horrible happens. So yeah, my smite's almost up. His smite is probably also almost up. He's getting pretty low. I'm still very full health. So right now I could actually just walk in and steal it, and I do. So I max my heal. I'm level 3. A lot of people underestimate auto attacks. You can actually do a ton of damage with auto attacks. And so yeah, it's unfortunate Skarner, he has a shield as well as a speed buff. So actually, usually you can get a kill there. But yeah, as I said, you always have to watch for lanes in case they come and collapse. So yeah, Ezreal comes late. He's just going to clear up the creeps I left, and I will just continue jungling. So right now, I am very far ahead of Skarner. He doesn't really have much to do. He'll probably go back to Wolves or Wraiths. So I will just, yeah, I want to secure my own buffs as well. So I'm not going to do red right now because my smite is down. I want to try to snipe the buffs. So yes, I will wait for smite before I red. And Nunu takes buffs very, very fast, so you don't have to worry too much about a counter jungle against you because of your huge nukes. And you always want to go into the bushes as well. You never really know. They might be watching, like, just waiting for you. Just like I have, actually. Just like what I did to Skarner. So, here's is low. I just try to go in. Blood Boil. Okay, so I'm definitely not getting her, so I just back off. Don't want to waste too much time. Don't want to take Brand's farm. He will be behind in lane. So I see top lane is gankable, especially early game. They haven't gone back. So there's definitely no wards. I know it's free. So you can really abuse the early game lack of vision. And that's something you really have to take advantage of. Yep, so actually Rumble would have died. That was a smart play by Teemo to fight that fight. But it's quite unfortunate that I was there, so I was able to turn that around for a Rumble. So even though people say Nunu doesn't really have damage, early game he still has a low cooldown nuke, as well as when you're jungling you will have red buff, so that's an additional slow, as well as blood boil. So when you gank lanes, you always want to blood boil your teammates because it really helps them with chasing or running away, and just like the survivability that extra speed gives is you can't really buy speed past boots. Well, you can get Zeal and stuff, but like Brand isn't gonna get Zeal, Rumble isn't gonna get Zeal, so yeah, this kind of buff is actually very unique to Nunu, and it's it's quite a powerful skill when used right. So yeah, I didn't actually have blue buff for a while, but I was able to clear it using the new Visionary buff. After 5 attacks, you get a free skill. And what you want to do, as you can see, Ice Blast is your most mana intensive skill. So you really want to be able to you want that as your free skill, so you can save on mana. So you can see what I did. I bought 2 wards of Philo Stone because I had enough money, and I still have a lot of money left over. But okay, so I went back. I forgot to say. I went back around 6 minutes because I know his blue will spawn at 7 minutes, roughly 7 minutes and like 10 seconds. Okay, so Anivia isn't really moving to blue. Okay, well she died. But if you watch mid and they're not really going for blue, chances are that like they're not at blue buff yet. So I'm just gonna ward their blue because I came late actually, so I wasn't able to ward the bush here, which would be optimal. So yeah, it's gonna help top too, but he got that kill on his own. So okay, so you see what I did there. I just warded there. I didn't want to waste too much time around here or risk getting seen, so I went for wraiths. But I was always watching this just in case Skarner comes. So if Skarner comes, immediately I go towards him. So he's pretty careful now. He's gonna be doing it in the bush, and I'm just gonna wait for it to be at the snipeable level so I can just walk in and eat it. But unfortunately, I come too late, and yeah. So I failed to take that buff there. It would have been better if I actually came earlier and warded the bush. That would have been guaranteed. So yeah, wards with counter jungling, warding when counter jungling is really important, and you don't really want to be counter jungling without a ward with you. Yeah. So actually, I'm almost level 6. Once you're level 6,